episode 369. I will be recapping tonight's new episode of Impact Wrestling and the very first of Ring of Honor on Honor Club. All here tonight, right here, right now, 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Welcome, wrestling fans, to a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. And on this episode tonight, I am your host, Lance Brock. As always, I'm going to be talking about Impact Wrestling from tonight and the new episode, the first episode of Ring of Honor television on Honor Club. The debut of it tonight. So let's get started with Impact Wrestling on Access TV. But actually before then, before the Impact on Impact Wrestling's YouTube channel, Rhino and Heath defeated DK, Crazy Steve, and Black Taurus. Now on to Impact Wrestling, which was taped last weekend in Las Vegas at Sam's Town Casino. The commentators Tom Hannafan and Matthew Raywalt. We start things off with a great match here, in my opinion. Speedball Mike Bailey taking on Shane Haste. Shane Haste, definitely a good performer, and I've been saying this for a while now. Speedball Mike Bailey, I am a big fan. Very impressed with his work lately. Speedball gets the win in this one. Great match. Definitely worth checking out. Kenny King defeated Kevin Knight, PCO defeats the Impact X Division champion Trey Miguel via disqualification. And in the main event of Impact Wrestling this week, for the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Championships, the Motor City Machine Guns defend against the Bullet Club, Chris Bay and Ace Austin. Really good match here. A lot of double team, tag team wrestling at its best here by both teams, actually. But in the end, the finish sees Chris Bay and Ace Austin defeat Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley to become the new Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, representing the Bullet Club. And really good main event. And as much as I love the Motor City Machine Guns, definitely one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Chris Bay and Ace Austin, both of these are great wrestlers. And you definitely gotta respect both of them as a tag team, not only in Impact Wrestling, but also New Japan Pro Wrestling as part of the Bullet Club. If you saw last weekend on No Surrender, they teamed with Kenta in a 6-man tag. And now that was Impact Wrestling, and now it is time to talk about the very first episode of Ring of Honor television on the new Honor Club, as a new era of Ring of Honor begins tonight. And I was kind of surprised at first. I don't know if I would really say disappointed or anything, but I thought maybe there would be a video package or an intro, something like that to kick things off. But there was nothing. We went boom right in the Impact Zone, or not the Impact Zone, Universal Studios. I was just always used to calling it that for so long when TNA Impact Wrestling ran there. We just start off right there with the entrances right into the first match. In our first match of Ring of Honor, and by the way, commentators tonight, Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman calling the action. In our first match, Slim J makes his way out to the ring with Smart Mark Sterling and Arya Davari. This one's a pretty good match. It was good to see Mark Briscoe, Ring of Honor original, open the show on this new era. And like they mentioned on the very first Ring of Honor show, an era of honor begins. Jay Briscoe actually took on Slim J in the first match of that show. And I don't know if it's just me, but it kind of, I don't know if I would say it makes me sad or not, but when they still introduce him as co-holder of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. But pretty good match here. Mark Briscoe does the Renette Kung Fu, and Briscoe gets the win over Slim J in our opening contest of Ring of Honor television. And then Lexi Nair is in the back with Tony Deppen. Good talent. You definitely want to watch out for him. And tag team action is up next. The Infantry taking on the Kingdom. Mike Bennett and Matt Taven along with Maria Kanellis. And the Kingdom pick up the win in this one. Pretty good tag team match. And next, the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Championship is now on the line. Zack Sabre Jr. defending against All Heart Blake Christian. Blake Christian, I'm sure you're familiar with his run. He had an Impact Wrestling, but most recently New Japan. And he has made appearances in AEW and Ring of Honor. He's challenging for the TV title against Zack Sabre Jr. Really good match here. Zack Sabre Jr. has been great for quite a while. Blake Christian also has been a part of Game Changer Wrestling quite a bit as of late. These two had a very good match, I thought, and it is Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Blake Christian to retain the championship. And then we hear from the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, someone else who was on the very first Ring of Honor show in 2002. And he is taking on Rohit Raju. Good match here. Daniels gets the win with the BME, best moonsault ever. Another pretty good match on the show. And next up, Konosuke Takeshita is taking on Josh Woods, also alongside with Smart Mark Sterling and Slim J. First, though, we have Lexi Nair in the back with them, and at that time, Mark Sterling offers Takeshita some money to cancel the match. They would split it 50-50, he says at first, and then with his fees, it would be taken out of Takeshita's share. But Takeshita rips up the contract and the match goes on. Pretty good match here, I thought. Recently have been a fan of Takeshita, his work in AEW, and Josh Woods, of course, has been in AEW recently as well, but was a fan of him in Ring of Honor. And Takeshita gets the win with a rolling German suplex into a bridge to get the pin. And in the back now, Lexi Nair with the Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio Castagnoli. And the Embassy, Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony get the win in a 6-man tag. Matalik and Arya Daivari is up next. Good match here, had some high-flying action. Daivari picks up the win, defeats Matalik. And the women's tag team action up next, the Renegades defeat the tag team of Madison Rayne and Sky Blue. And Ian Riccaboni is in the ring for an interview with the Ring of Honor Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta. And he puts out a challenge for anybody to face him next week for the television or Pure Championship. And who accepts it? None other than Timothy Thatcher. I'm looking forward to seeing that match already. Both great wrestlers here. And we get a video package up next of the Ring of Honor Television Champion and the AEW TNT Champion, the King of Television, Samoa Joe. Another women's match up next, Willow Nightingale and Lady Frost. These two, good match here. Willow getting the win, and then after the match, Ian Riccaboni gets in the ring to interview Willow Nightingale, and she puts out a challenge to Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. And then Athena makes her way onto the stage, and she accepts. We will see that match for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship next week on Ring of Honor on Honor Club. And now it is time for the main event of the evening for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Claudio Castagnoli defending against AR Fox. Before this, we have another interview with Lexi Nair in the back with AR Fox. He discusses how before he tried out for Ring of Honor, but they didn't give him a chance. And now he is on the first episode of the new Ring of Honor, and he is challenging for the World Championship. Great main event here to start off the first episode. I thought Claudio and Fox worked a great match, and I didn't really expect a title change going into it, but I thought they made AR Fox look really strong in this one. There was a couple of spots where it looked like AR Fox was going to do it, win the championship. But in the end, it was Claudio Castagnoli retaining the Ring of Honor World Championship, getting a victory over AR Fox. And then after the match, we hear the music of Eddie Kingston, who, as I talked about last night on the recap of Dynamite, quit AEW, and I talked about how I thought this might lead to him showing up on Ring of Honor, and he did. Comes to the ring, acknowledges AR Fox on his way, and then he gets in, and he says he may have promised Mox that he wouldn't touch him or fight him in AEW. He said, but this isn't AEW, this is Ring of Honor. He challenges Claudio to a match for the Ring of Honor World Championship, and Castagnoli just leaves. So I'm guessing this is going to be Claudio's first feud for the world title on the new era of Ring of Honor television. I don't know if we're gonna see this title match on TV or if they'll wait till Supercard of Honor. Like I've talked about, I do not read spoilers, so I don't know what's gonna happen in the next up and coming weeks. But first episode, over 2 hours, but very good though. It did not drag at all. Is just kind of boom, 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 a pattern. You had a match and then like either a video package or a backstage interview. And it didn't, like I said, it didn't really drag or anything. And on Honor Club, no commercials. So the first week of it, I thought was very good. Hopefully people will subscribe to Honor Club and watch the show. If you haven't yet, I definitely recommend it, watching it. And not only just the new weekly TV show, but you get all the other content that is on Honor Club. And that's it for this episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And hope everyone enjoyed the wrestling that was on tonight, Impact and Ring of Honor, and New Japan Pro Wrestling as well, which featured matches from Battle in the Valley. Stay tuned for new episodes coming at you at 360 Wrestling Fanatic. And tomorrow morning, Good Morning Wrestling fans, the Friday episode. Until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.